In the case of a VPN that is configured like the university VPN at Utah, then even when I'm connecting to something outside the private network, then it gets wrapped up in IPsec and sent to the router here on the private network, which recognizes the destination address as being outside of the private network. So after it unpacks the packet, it'll send it back out over to that destination. In this case, clearly we don't have the same sort of confidentiality on the content of that packet. So what would be the purpose of sending a packet all the way over here, only to be decrypted and go back out over the internet to the final destination? For some services, like in the case of a university, various journals might provide access to papers only when you are accessing that service from an IP address that's at a university that pays to get access to those journals. That's a typical reason someone might use a VPN from their home to a university network. Another possibility is that this laptop here is on some portion of the internet where there are routers here that reject packets that would otherwise be to this destination. In other words, some part of the network here might censor this site to prevent access from my laptop. But if that same routing rule allows packets to go over to the private network here, then I can bounce them off the private network and access those resources that otherwise this laptop would be blocked from. The censoring portion of the network here might try to recognize IPsec packets and not let those through at all so that they can't be bounced off a VPN. But then there's kind of an arms race in different kinds of packets and recognizing those and catching the ones that you want to block versus allowing other things that do allowed work through the network.